Okay, yeah, so it's been a while, and I haven't played Imperator Rome. I think we should. I think I'm going to fix that. I said to myself, and I went on a journey of a lifetime. When you first start Imperator Rome, you play as like the civilized countries, but when you've got some hours in the game, migratory tribes. That's where it's at. We didn't need this mission tree because we're not going to be here. We're going to be free. Me and my tribe, we don't have land. We live on the land. See, it had been a while since I'd actually played Imperator Rome, so everything was kind of going off muscle memory. But I did remember some key stuff. Just, the motors aren't as oiled, if you know what I mean. We had to go into uncolonized lands, and we needed to uplift the inhabitants into our hive mind. It's kind of like culture bombing is what you're doing. You're settling your guys into a province, becoming the majority, and then when you leave the province, you actually get all the people, and they're all 100% your culture, and you just kind of do this over and over. There are better ways of doing it, of course. I was just going off muscle memory, like I said, so I didn't remember how to do it exactly. But, yeah, it worked, okay? It worked. Through uplifting, I've gathered a hive of villains. We decided to go down south to make some money. We don't even use the money. We don't have society or anything. We just think gold coins look pretty. I might have taken things a little too far, and I apologize to my Roman friends. I'm gonna get out of here now. Never forget, you can always have more gang members. Uplift more people. I was raiding in Greece, and I kind of had a funny idea. What if I uplift them, but to a more extreme? I raided this island here, and I knew there's no way they're gonna come over here and try to get me. So I could just like wait for them forever, and I could just take all these people. It's free real estate. Sure, it wasn't a lot of people, but it was funny, okay? Like, it was funny to do this. This is not strategic. It's called being a clown. Eventually, they just let me have the island, and then we took the people, and we left. And you're not going to believe it, we did the same thing to Sparta, and we managed to actually beat the Spartans. And the plan was to conquer them and then uplift them. I had to do it kind of quick too because Rome was coming down. And yeah, I had a history with them, you know. The Great Migration was beautiful. We had to find a new homeland free from Romans. We came down with a purpose. And that purpose was to find our promised land. Our new land that we will call home. There's nothing even wrong with our old land, we just kind of got bored. All we want to do is settle in somewhere and make this our new abode. And this was kind of like the funniest place to do it. The world was our oyster. And I don't know, I'm a clam, okay? This is where we're clamming. The Seleucids didn't even know what to do. They were just walking around watching this unfold. They're like, who are you people? Where did y'all come from? And then we respond with, bar, 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 bar. You know, like, that's our native tongue. Though they couldn't really stop our brave warriors. We're too awesome. We're too cool. Too cool for school, they might say. We were barbarians that fought like lions. You know what they say. What about the Angles in Babylon? Well, here they are. The Seleucids let us settle in with the Babylonians, and this is where we would create our LARP. It wasn't a lot at first, but I felt the Babylonians could teach us all they knew about society, and we could all learn to live together. We tore down all the buildings in Babylon, and we replaced them with the wooden tribal huts, and we placed them all in front of the hanging gardens. Whether we lived or died, we left our mark in this land, culturally. This is a map game, so we weren't satisfied with just having Babylon. We needed to take everything. Even the ziggurats. We defeated them. We slaughtered them like noobs. I guess in a way we were just destroying society. These buildings might have been here for generations and they're just being demolished by my Angle brothers. I wanted to LARP and the Seleucids were in the way. I know they were trying to LARP too. I get it. I understand. But whoever LARPs the most wins, and well, I think I cared a little more about my LARP than they cared about theirs. They might have been a bigger country, a bigger empire, but they just didn't care. They didn't have it in their heart. They were just after imperial ambition without the flavor. An empire without any seasoning. It was gonna be up to us to be the custodians of LARP here, and we took it upon ourselves to make sure that everything was fine, everything was okay. LARPing was now legal. And the Grinch's empire grew 10 times that day. I needed money, so I just started raiding India. I mean, technically I raided them too much, so they're at war with me. But the fuck are they gonna do about it, bro? I'm like across the world. What are you gonna do? Sack Babylon in retaliation? I already did that. There's nothing left. Because I was a man with nothing, I was dangerous. I could literally sack anything I wanted. And if, trouble came, I could just leave. I could just leave Babylon with all my uplifted people. The AI, they don't have what it takes to go to war with my Anglo-Babylon. I should say Proto-Anglo-Babylon. It's so easy to declare war in Imperator Rome and take like a whole bunch of land. Like there's consequences, of course, like you might get provincial unrest, but we just don't really care. Whenever I could declare war on the Seleucids, I did it. And I liked it. Hell, I was good at it. We weren't even in the evil empire. We let the Greeks and Babylonians be citizens so we can learn their military ways. All this so we can get better and better at invading people. Because that's what we do, we're heroes. I would also like to apologize for not playing this with some sort of border gore mod. Because the border gore was insane. The worst part about destroying society is that you actually have to rebuild it when you want to live there. Which sucks. This is what progress is. Embellishing Babylon. This is what society looked like now. This is just how the world was. The Parthians didn't really understand that the Seleucids weren't theirs to conquer. These guys must have been doing really bad. Like, everyone around me must have been, like, bad at their job. I was a barbarian. I didn't even know what centralization was, really. I just don't think I should have been able to stomp these guys this easy, really. Everything we fought for was to get uglier borders. Or maybe this was kind of an improvement. Conquest here was making things a little hard. He got the taste of gold and became a greed maxer. We were claiming all the wonders of the world. The Council of Old People weren't content with what we had now. They needed more. And who was I to, ignore the dying wish of old people? If they want war, then, well, we're going to give it to them. They demand bloodshed. They really thought they could defeat our horde. But we are 1,000. We are strong. We were invincible. You know how it goes. Mark, we can finally be bees. This is good news. We can be someone's pet. We can live to be 30 years. This is insane! No, Mark, they're going to be Angle. We're going to live happy. I was slowly fixing the borders. You just had to, give me time here. You had to give me time. I will fix this eventually. You'll see. I have the recordings now. The borders do get fixed. But it was a gradual process. Because I also wanted to LARP, so I was trying to culture convert stuff, and it was just what I wanted to do, okay? I didn't need to do this. It was just addicting. I don't know, culture converting in map games is too much fun. I don't know why. People will get mad at me in EU4 multiplayer because I like to culture convert. Like, it's not meta. Yeah, I know. I know it's not meta. But sometimes off meta is more fun. I mean, look at what I was doing here. They were becoming my religion. Far from home. The next part of my LARP was to try and centralize and become a more civilized country. I had to partake in the ways of the people I had conquered. I don't know why the Council of Old People, they really wanted to kill Persia. Hey man, that's just how it is, okay? I don't make the rules. The Council of Old People, they make the rules, and not me. In a way, I was just the messenger. Some of the Persians thought they could revolt away from this, but the Council of Old People, they will have their bloodshed. They will kill all of us. Even me, probably. If I didn't do their bidding here, the Council of Old People, they would have had my head. The moral of the story is don't fuck with old people or they will kill you. Like, have you seen how the old people in The Sopranos move around? It's just not even fair. And with this war done, Persia was gone. They are bees. The map was almost like a puzzle coming together. A really disgruntled looking puzzle, but a puzzle nonetheless. It sucks. My little German bros, they didn't want to hang out with my Babylonians and Macedonians. I don't know why they hated them so much. Why can't we all learn to live together? What a cursed little culture map here. What a cursed world I was creating. But was I gonna stop? Fuck no. So true, old people. We should fix the map is what I said. I always found myself agreeing with these old people. Maybe I'm an old head. There was really no way they could defend these ugly borders here. Y'all guys are just like in little pockets in my country. Y'all don't have a continuous landmass. You're just bums. The bum of empires. Something I think I've only ever said in Imperator Rome, but Greater Armenia is a powerhouse and they need to be stopped. They were a big country and I was kind of afraid of attacking them because they were so big, but they were a little preoccupied with a civil war, so I dogpiled them. Yeah, I take advantage of the AI. And you know what? I liked it. Hell, I was good at it. I'll do it again! This was a war to see who could carpet siege each other faster. But I think because I didn't have a civil war going on, it was a little easier for me to do it. Please forgive me, Armenia. I did this out of love for a cooler looking map. The things I did for LARP. I was getting closer and closer to my centralized government, and then I could LARP as a civilized person. I wouldn't have to wait for long because I was able to become a tribal kingdom pretty soon after that. And soon I could become a modern country, a civilized country. I just needed to wait. I just needed more time. Through hard work and dedication, we were able to form our LARP kingdom. We're civilized. And being civilized means you have a standing army. You know, the standing army, you know what that is used for? Bloodshed. I was also increasing the culture conversion rate of my country because I wanted everyone to be a clone of me. Every country has its growing pains. Unfortunately, we just have unruly people who had to be put down. This was our first mission for the Legion. Attacking our own citizens. Our soldiers, they're heroes, end of discussion. Everyone was so patriotic for this war. I don't know why. It wasn't even that big of a deal. We battled whole empires before, but the one time we get a professional army and we march on our own people doing a civil war, we just start yelling, "Look at the scoreboard." Then I thought to myself, wow, we're really patriotic. What if we funnel this energy into a conquest? We were invading people that my tribe probably only knew existed 5 minutes ago. We're a worldly tribe now, though. That's what we were trying to do. We were trying to be a worldly people, and sometimes that means you have to conquer the world, the worldly world. We don't even need the money. We're just tributizing them to tributize them. That's what we were doing. We didn't build buildings or anything with our gold. We just collected it like Smaug the dragon. What was funny was that these guys thought they could have a part of my LARP conquest. Well, unfortunately, they could not. I was battling all the countries that were big and weaker than me. Fuck no. Was I gonna be battling someone on my level? Like, what do you think I am? Like, come on, dude. We do this thing called easy money, easy conquest. This war was pretty easy, but just like how the country is shaped made it so annoying to actually invade. Yeah, I didn't have any mods on that made it where the AI didn't do border gore. So they like doing this. This is what they love doing. They liked it. And they were good at it. The border gore. They were good at the border gore. Every war in the world is fought to fight border gore. That's just how it is. Before man, there was border gore. And after man, there would be border gore too. But with like wolves or something. We have the Saxons, so hopefully the wolves never take over the country I was creating. Like, this isn't foreshadowing. I just hope they never do it. What was funny was countries would still deck on me. Like, what are you doing, bro? Congratulations, you got yourself caught. What is the next step in your master plan? I don't know why they attacked me. Like, what did you gain from this here? I thought the game was getting too easy, so I decked on the country that owned almost all of India. And needless to say, there were a lot of Indians. And it was not it. I just took what I can get, okay? I was not an evil warlord. I gave them rights after they conquered them because they were just a lot stronger than me. And I was afraid of them. That was it. I'm a wholesome guy. I'm a nice guy. I wasn't going to integrate them, but I couldn't be mean to them either. The worst thing in the world is being rude, being mean. Like, I might have enslaved some people, but by this point in the campaign, I stopped. I changed. People can change, okay? We changed so much. My heir, he's just Babylonian now. Through LARP, we would expand, we would grow. Big things would happen to good people. That's why my new heir is the Persian. It's not because he conquered them, it's because he loves them. He is one of them. Every now and then I'd get reports like this, like the world was LARPing. People were LARPing. It is pretty funny seeing the squads it decides to create to lead my legions. I kept trying to invade India, but I think I realized that my army just really wasn't that good. It was just okay. Winning a few battles doesn't really mean anything when they can just blitz my backline. I took my little participation trophy and we pieced out. I don't know, I feel like I'm just getting lucky in these wars to get anything. Because I would fight them, start winning, then they overrun me eventually. And then I'm like, alright bro, I'll peace out and I'll take my little participation trophy. When you can't invade India, bully Greeks, and that's what I ended up doing. They had a lot of troops, so it was kind of similar to battling India, but my front line wasn't as big as it was over there, meaning I could actually siege stuff and hold it, so we can actually get good things. This is good news. I did 2 wars just to make sure that I got some better looking borders, and the culture, it was spreading. We were doing good things. The world was doing bad things and hit me with the plague, and we weren't going to let the plague bully us around. So, fuck them. This is part of the timeline extended mod, and I think this is probably the most tedious cock and ball torture thing I've ever done in my life. When the game said that bottom option would cause constant rebellion, it was not lying. This was more tedious than handing out titles in Crusader Kings 2 and developing carpal tunnel. All I wanted to do was arrange political marriages and get cool bloodlines into my family tree. But no, we can't do that. We can't have fun. This is what happens when you just click events and you don't really read them. So for hours of my life it felt like I was just battling rebellions. It wasn't actually that long, but it felt that long. This is what hell is, man. This is hell. Well, I was a gamer in hell. Realistically, I should have just let all my people die. But I'm a fickle man. I was holding on to my pops and to my empire. even if it meant no food and everyone being angry at me. All I could think to myself while I'm trying to fight this revolt is give me something for the pain and let me die, basically. This is so AIDS. I'm never doing something like this ever again. At least that's what I told myself. After what felt like years of ankle biting, the rebellions were finally destroyed, and I could go back to actually playing the game. This was what I was fighting for. When the ops within are gone, you can focus on the ops without. And ops without, I really just referred to these little border gore pockets in my country. I wanted to take them out, so that's what we did. Going to war with the Salukid, that puts a smile on all my brothers' faces. We're just having a good time, a great time, a fun time. We were alive. We're doing the little things that makes life worthwhile. Yeah, whenever I wasn't battling India, the game was actually on easy mode, really. We decided to convert to Christianity because I've never done it before. I've never become Christian in this game. My guys were eager evangelists. They were just converting. They said, you know what? We like this Jesus guy. God, that's our guy. We were getting our new holy sites. We were getting our new deities. Yeah, we were all in on this here. We thought Christianity, this is probably going to be the future. This dude from Nazareth, he was speaking a lot of words that we were liking. Now that I owned a whole bunch of holy sites, I can actually store all these relics that I had. Because I didn't really have any holy sites beforehand because, well, I wasn't in Germany and I didn't have anything good. Like no holy sites because I wasn't there. But now that I'm over here, we could just make our own holy sites. Little by little, my people were being evangelized. Unfortunately, our new faith could not save us from another plague that was going to make life pain. I was going to be tortured again. Fuck my chud chungus. I told myself I gotta stay positive. I gotta stay faithful. I gotta stay a loving man. Sometime later, after beating my own people, I decided, what if I beat other people? And that's what I did. Battle hardened, after years of dealing with civil unrest, my men felt unstoppable. There were so many of them still that eventually some of them do get through and start raiding my backline. But what can you do? What can you really do other than raise all your levies and hope for the best? Investing into the military is awesome because I can watch my guy conquer map. We do things because it's egregious, not because it's hard. All I had to do now was spread my culture into India and then put my capital there, and we could form a funny country. Right now, this really was the game. I just kept attacking the same country over and over and over, and I just wanted land. This was one of the easier countries to invade because I didn't have to go through like weird terrain. I could just walk forward. The colors of the two nations fighting, green and red. You know what? That's the colors of Christmas. This is the Christmas war. This is all on Santa. Santa did this, not me. Not India. Not Anglia. Santa. Christmas came a little early this year with some of the greatest border gore I've ever seen. I couldn't even fuck around in the middle of nowhere because the Yemenis, they would deck on me. Why would they do that? I'm just a little guy. I was sort of half-assing that war up there, but now they made me full-ass another war. They were cruel. They were evil. They made me march in the middle of the desert, and that made me sad. I just don't know why they thought they'd win this here. You know what? I'll say it. The AI, you might be crazy, but you're my kind of crazy. I respect it. Any AI that will int on someone with no, like, chance of winning, just to be ballsy, it's got courage. It's got the spirit of a lion. We came a long way culturally and religiously. Barbarians would soon begin to be my most, I guess, troublesome problem ever. They're just rude dudes, like, no one likes them. They're just mean as fuck. I'm sick to bastard death of them, man. Like, all they do is raid me 24/7 and I can't, like, stop them. They just spawn in forever. Timeline Extended is an evil mod. It's like a good mod, but it's also evil at the same time. So it's good evil. Good evil. The barbarians made me so mad. I took out my anger with conquest. Look what the barbarians made me do. They made me split this innocent country in half. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have split them in half. In the future of this world, I hope that the historians will forgive me for what I did. And after all that, I'm still playing Balloons Tower Defense down here in the desert. Even worse though, the Huns came, and there was like 1,000,000 of them. There was 100 of them. I had to send the Legion of Fun to battle the Hun. But in the end, it was all worth it, because I got the form. My final LARP country, my final LARP form. And yeah, I think, actually, you know, the Timeline Extended mod with Invictus, it was actually pretty fun. I had issues with it, of course. I mean, things can be annoying, but that's just how things are sometimes. And, you know, I felt like I earned this because of the annoyances I had to fight. And, you know, like eventually I'll play some Imperator Rome again, and I'll have another awesome LARP journey. And if you're wondering, yeah, I did get a lot of bloodlines. We collected a lot of them for the LARP.